Hey guys, I know it's been a while since I put out a video. I just want to let you guys know what I've been up to. I saw a YouTube video about a portable solar generator. So I was like, I could make one of those. So I did. I got a toolbox from Home Depot. I got this one in particular because you can attach similar toolboxes stack and they can lock into each other. And there's a bottom toolbox that's pretty big and has a handle like a dolly that extends up, kind of like a suitcase. Then I could attach this to the top of it and have my tools and the generator and roll them wherever I need them, transport them, and have power wherever I go. So that's where I got this toolbox. I put this front panel on myself. I cut a big hole in it. Got some waterproof outlets on the outside, on both sides, and then some positive and negative terminals on both sides. Then inside, I know it looks complicated, but it's really not. I have a, let me get this out, a 10 amp lithium iron phosphate battery charger in case I want to just plug it into the wall wherever I am and charge it up in case there's no sun or something. I made these MC4 adapters with some speaker wire so I can hook up solar panels to the outside terminals, or I can hook up the charger to the outside terminals. The outside terminals are in parallel with each other and they go to this 25 amp flexcharge charge controller. And I use that because I can adjust the in charging voltage so I don't overcharge or undercharge these batteries. And that's been working pretty good. And then it just feeds into this. I use this terminal so it'd be easy to connect and disconnect things and keep them separate because it's got a plastic cover on it. So there's voltage sense wires coming in this side and then a relay on the other side. Doesn't really matter. This is just positive coming in from the battery, going across, going to the front panel. I didn't feel like putting in a switch and I needed a fuse, so I just used the fuse as a switch. Just flip it when I want the front panel to come on. And then negative just gets jumpered. Goes to the front panel. So the front panel's got a voltmeter and a 12 volt cigarette lighter and two USB charging ports. So I don't actually need to turn the inverter on for phone charging or 12 volt things. And then I forgot I have also a suicide cord. I just keep the female hooked on here so nobody messes with it and plugs it in and shocks themselves. So I can plug it in, plug the box into a wall outlet with the breakers off if the power's out, and just energize the house and run the fridge and stuff without having to unplug stuff and plug them into the box. And then I have this inverter is Velcro taped down back there, so it can't move around in the box even though it's open space on both sides. I put Velcro or electrical tape all over these. I have some stainless steel bars going all the way down, connecting all these in parallel. And I put tape over them so they don't touch because there's only that much of a gap between them. I don't want anything falling between there and shorting out. So this is a 80 amp hour, 12.6 volt, I guess, lithium iron phosphate battery now. And I have my common positive connections, so I can hook wire terminals to it. And then I have a dual connector here so I can hook 4 gauge. I think up to 0 gauge can fit in here, but I want 4 gauge because it's more flexible. I have the 4 gauge wire going to the 200 amp circuit breaker. And I just use that as my on-off switch for the whole inverter. Then I did not put vent holes in the box because I wanted it to be waterproof. I can just leave it open if I'm running it. Everything's 12 volts in here, so I can touch everything. It doesn't really matter. I made some 90-degree plugs right here that go to both of the outlets over here. I'll go ahead and just shut that. I like this extension cord. I think it's like 20 feet and it rolls in and out, so it's real compact. You don't have to fold it. It doesn't kink up. And, it's got an on-off switch at the very end, so wherever you are, however far away you are from the box, you can use it. I'm just going to plug it into the box so we can do a test. I don't think the kilowatt meter will fit because these outlet covers don't open at 90 degrees and it's kind of fat. So I have a 1500 watt heater just for a load. I know it's probably not good to run through 20 feet of extension cord to run a 1500 watt load, but it should work okay. So we have 115 volts coming out at 60 hertz, 0 watts. Got the thermostat turned up to max. That's fan level 1. 500 watts. Max power. So we're making 1300 watts. 11.4 amps. That's holding. Volts is 113 holding. Then you can see the front panel, it's 12.5 volts. So I'll leave that open in case the fans come on. So yeah, it's just gonna run. While that's running, I'll go ahead and show you this too. Mr. White came down and helped me with this. This is I'll actually turn that off, it's noisy. This is two 15-watt solar panels, and we put a handle on it. And then also a like a window lock, so it can lock and be carried. So I can bring this and that, or I can charge with the bigger 145 watt solar panels over there, but those aren't as portable as this. I can charge the battery box with the adapters. And this is, we put hinges on them, and then I just put another one of these little blocks. What is it? This is the output. Just a cable with MC4 connectors on it, 14 gauge wire. Then I have one positive coming in here, going through a diode, blocking diode, and then one positive from here going through a blocking diode, and the common positive out to the charging connector. And then the negatives just come in the top here together and come out as a common. That's just so if one panel's shaded, they won't try to backfeed each other. So I could have this shut. It actually shuts with the charging wire out, and then you can lock it and carry it around and set it, you know, on either side. Just open it back up. Then Mr. White had the idea to put this Velcro tape back here and then bend some aluminum rod and put a little Velcro tape on it so you can adjust it whatever height, whatever angle you want to set this up, and it'll hold the panel up, and then you can just pull it off, set it behind the rails and shut it. It's pretty nifty. So we can turn this back on. $1,300 watts. So that's holding up pretty good. The balancing circuits on this, I don't know, I can't see them right now. I don't feel like I got to take off this front panel to get the battery out. But they're balancing circuits from a 20 amp hour lithium iron phosphate battery. I just ordered them all separate. I put some hot glue over them so they're watertight. You can't drop anything on them, short them out. So the green LEDs stay on all the time. Then when you're charging it, when they overcharge or get up to 3.6 volts or above, this red LED comes on. And I think it consumes like 250 milliamps. So I have that for balancing over here. You can hear the fan kicked on. Go ahead and turn all that off. So yeah. That's what I've been up to. I think it turned out pretty good. Let me know what you guys think.